In England,
Last Saturday, Victor Moses came off the bench to replace Eden Hazard in the second half after Chelsea fought back to beat relegation battlers Southampton 3-2 away at St Mary's. It was the third time the Super Eagles forward would be coming off the bench in the three straight league matches for the Blues, who kept their quest for a UEFA Champions League slot alive. Alex Iwobi was very much a part of the Arsenal team that lost 2-1 to Newcastle United on Sunday. The Nigerian forward, making his 17th start, was unlucky not to have scored in a match his team would eventually lose at St James Park. The loss notwithstanding, earned Iwobi accolades for his contribution to the team, even earning ESPN's top rating as the Gunners' most creative player on the night. Iwobi was substituted by Edward Nketiah with 4 minutes to play.
still England.
Kelechi Iheanacho came on as a substitute with Leicester City losing 2-1 to Burnley at the Turf Moor Stadium on Saturday. The Nigerian, who had only scored once for the Foxes in the Premier League this season, had come on for Shinji Okazaki in the 47th minute. This was Iheanacho's 13th substitute appearance for the team this season. His teammate Wilfred Ndidi was not available for the game following his red card against Brighton and Hove Albion late March.
Still England.
Ola Aina was on for all 90 minutes as his championship side, Hull City, were beaten by Sheffield Wednesday. Aina, on loan from Chelsea, made his 40th league appearance for the Tigers, who were losing fourth straight game in a row. In Spain, Ogenekaro Etebo was a first-team pick when his club, Las Palmas, lost by a lone goal to Real Sociedad last weekend. The Nigerian attacker had featured alongside compatriot Imo Ezekiel, who was substituted in the 71st minute. The loss kept Las Palmas at 19th place with 6 games left to play this season and a very likely candidate for the drop. Holland. Tyrone Boy played 71 minutes for his Dutch team club, ADO Den Haag, who defeated FC Twente 2-1 in the Dutch Eredivisie game last weekend. The injured Super Eagles defender was missing in action when his club drew 3-3 with Utrecht the previous week. Belgium. Moses Simon was in action for his team, hence, when they squared up against Uche Agbo Standard Liège in a top Belgian Jupiler League clash last weekend. Simon, alongside his Nigerian compatriots, Salman Kalu, Anderson Esiti, were all in action in what would be an all-Nigerian affair. But it would be Uche Agbo's Liège that eventually nicked all available 3 points, winning by a lone goal at the end of 90 minutes. Turkey. Super Eagles defender Kenneth Omeru featured for Kasımpaşa when they handed Karabükspor a 2-0 defeat in a Turkish Super League game played on Saturday. It was Kasımpaşa's third straight win in an impressive run that has now taken them to 9th place on the league table. William Troost-Ekong was conspicuously missing through injury when Bursaspor lost 1-2 away to Öztepe at the Bonova Stadium on Sunday. It was Bursaspor's second straight loss following their previous defeat to Kenneth Omeru's Kasımpaşa. Troost-Ekong's Eagles teammates Mikel Agu and Shehu Abdullahi did start for Bursaspor but made no remarkable impact. Russia. Ahmed Musa moved to CSK Moscow from English club Leicester City in January in search of regular football that would enhance his chances of making Super Eagles squad for the Russia 2018 FIFA World Cup. The speedy Nigerian forward now appears to have accomplished that objective as he has become increasingly razor-sharp in front of goal. The striker saved CSK's blushes as he scored a crucial 78-minute equalizer to help his team pick a point from Russian Premier League encounter on Sunday. The draw helped CSK tie Zenit Petersburg in 5th place with 45 points. Musa was very instrumental in CSK's comeback heroics against Arsenal in the Europa League last week, grabbing his 43rd career league goal for his Russian team with the latest strike. China. Super Eagles captain John Obi Mikel scored his first goal for Tianjin Teda in the 6-week-old Chinese Super League season. Mikel, who also captains Tianjin, scored in the 21st minute to draw his team level after going down 0-1 through an early strike. The win over Guangzhou RNF on Saturday was Tianjin's second in 6 matches. Odion Igalo's goal drought continued as he once again fired blanks in Changchun Yatta's 3-0 victory over visiting Enantianye at the Changchun People's Stadium on Sunday. Igalo, who was the lone striker in a 4-5-1 formation that was deployed against Enantianye, was not among the scorers when Sun Ji, Laseva Bay, and Tan Long each grabbed a goal to give Changchun their only win of the ongoing season so far.
Follow Hotspot on social media. We are at HotspotNG on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.